What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Thank you for joining me today. And finally, after such a long time, I'm going to be starting my discussions on the Arrowverse, especially since it's been so many years since it's been out and a lot of shows have been done. Like Arrow is done, Flash is finally done. My boy Anthony and I are going through the Arrowverse in chronological order. So I just decided that I'm just going to wait to finish everything when I'm done, like when we actually catch up, when he catches up to where I am in the Arrowverse, because I'm pretty much all the way caught up, except for the final season of The Flash. So I'm going to be starting my discussion about it and where the Arrowverse went right, where the Arrowverse went wrong, how it started versus when other shows got implemented, such as Legends of Tomorrow, Supergirl, Batwoman, and Stargirl, and Titans, even though Titans isn't completely connected to the CW, but it has some multiversal connections, also Superman and Lois, also Doom Patrol as well. There's so many different DC shows that are connected but are not connected, and then the infamous event Crisis on Infinite Earths that was highly built up and then kind of disappointingly followed up in the shows and the episodes after.
You might be the key to saving the multiverse.
It's actually one of the least insane things I've ever heard. First, you stay and face Luthor. Then you won't do it alone.
And another topic that I will be getting to during these weeks that I'm talking about the Arrowverse as well is also the Authority. The Authority in DC Comics has actually never really been touched on in live action at all, except for maybe one or a few members in some animated movies. Like Enchantress is somewhat part of the Authority, if you will. The Authority is a band of superheroes, but basically named from Stormwatch, or made from Stormwatch, dish out their brand of justice however they see fit. Like literally, no joke, these guys will decimate people if they believe it is in the name of justice. There's certain characters like Deathblow, Grifter, the Shaman, Rainmaker, Jenny Quantum, Midnighter, and so many more. There's a lot of different characters in the Authority that have never really been touched on, and it's not that people don't know about it, but it's just it hasn't been mainstream. Like this section of DC Comics has not been mainstreamed like everything else is, like the Justice League and Teen Titans and the Justice Society of America and the Injustice Society and the Legion of Doom. The Authority has never truly been touched on, so the fact that James Gunn announced a while back that he was going to bring the Authority into play was very exciting, because I like the Authority. I like the idea behind the Authority. Yes, it is brutal, their tactics, but it's also a different section of DC Comics that a lot of fans love, and we would love to see more of that kind of stuff implemented into live action as well. Arrow started, and I'll tell you this, the show Arrow was really well done. It got, kind of, how do I put it, convoluted later on, which is what all these shows become, unfortunately.
Brought the big guns.
The origins of Arrow, the live-action TV show, were amazing. Stephen Amell embodied Oliver Queen to a T.
Someone in the fire escape.
David Paul Ramsey, Emily Bett Rickards, Katie Cassidy, Katie Lotz. There's so many people that are involved in Arrow. There's so many more as well, mind you, that I haven't even scratched the surface of the cast that they have. But these people embodied the characters that they were casted to play, and the show was amazing to start with. Sure, they did a different take on it. The way how they did the story and they directed these people to act, it was gripping. I was already gripped from episode like 2 or 3 in season 1 with Arrow. Season 1, we dive right into it. I'm talking right into it. Throughout the seasons, they do these flashbacks to the original flashback, which is him on the island shooting an arrow, lighting a fire, a brazier. Some of the ships coming by, and they see that somebody is there on the island. We see flashbacks every season and almost every episode and everything to that moment, and not only to that moment but to the island, and we see how he actually got to that moment, that he was shipwrecked, something happens with his father, he gets separated from the girl that he brought on the ship, which was his girlfriend's sister that she was cheating on him with. It's his girlfriend's sister that he was cheating on her with. Crazy.
Hi.
Hi. So tell me what happened.
Motorcycle accident. It was stupid.
We were making a left turn. This car ran a red light. Did you file a police report?
We didn't see the point. We're both fine. That's what counts, right?
Right. I should really go. I have a deposition in an hour.
The whole journey is just quite the spectacle and quite the cinematic journey. I just hate that the vision was lost. Personally, Arrow and Flash are the two main shows from the CW and the Arrowverse that are like staples for me. Arrow started it because it is the Arrowverse, and Arrow was the first show of this continuity of shows. But once Flash came into play as well, it changed the game. We got the Scarlet Speedster again, and Grant Gustin really nailed that role. He is the Flash. I'm sorry, all of the Flash fans will agree on that Grant Gustin is the Flash. He deserved to be in the live action movie, but that's okay. The first 2 or 3 seasons of both of these shows were very gripping. Sure, a lot of things weren't too comic book accurate, but then at the same time there were things that were nailed in the comics to the T. They went with different stories, and that's okay, and they went in different directions, but I just feel like personally where the Arrowverse lost their vision was when they had too many shows going on at once, and then the overutilization of the multiverse. Because the multiverse is great when it's used properly. If you rely on multiverse usage too much, then it just gets too convoluted. Arrow set a very nice precedent because it was very dark and gritty, to the point, and the story flowed very well, especially in the first 2 seasons. Next week when we talk about the Arrowverse, we'll get into specifics, especially like episodes, titles, and different things that happen in those episodes and seasons, so that we can truly dive into the Arrowverse and go through things to get nitty-gritty with it. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you haven't dove into the Arrowverse yet, I mean, now, yeah, you might as well, because everything is already out and you can just watch it in actual release order, so you can follow the story properly. And for those of you who have watched the Arrowverse or are currently watching Arrowverse, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about the Arrowverse and how it started versus how it's going. If you aren't subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and the bell next to it so you can get a notification anytime there's a new video. Thanks again for watching, guys. Until the next one.